Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day everyone, my name is Julita Hairi Anwar. I'm a student from class SE 101, majoring in Information System at Universitas Cyber Asia. Today, as part of my final exam for the English course, I'm very excited to present a topic that is very close to our hearts as students. The title of my presentation is English Beyond the Border: Why Students Struggle with Speaking Fluency. Why did I choose this topic? Well, look around us. Is it the year 2026? Technology is no longer just a tool, it is our environment. As information system students, we live in an English-speaking digital world. We read complex documentation on GitHub, we follow tutorials from experts in Silicon Valley, and we even consume our daily entertainment through English language memes and movies. But here is the irony: the border I'm talking about, even though we understand English perfectly when we read or listen, many of us feel trapped when we try to speak. Our tongue freezes, our hearts race, and we suddenly lose our words in the middle of a simple conversation. To explore this phenomenon deeper, I have invited my classmate, Kak Arif, a fellow second semester student. We had a very honest, deep, and relatable conversation about the mental blocks, the social pressure, and the struggle we face every day. So, without further ado, let's dive into the interview. Hi, Kak Arif. Thanks for hanging out with me today. We have a very interesting topic about speaking fluency. Let's start with a question. When a lecturer asks a question in English, what happened to your body?
Oh man, immediate panic. My heart beats fast. My palm gets sweaty and suddenly I forget all vocabulary. Even if I know the answer, I usually use I usually just lock down and avoid eye contact.
That is so relatable. I think we call it the mute syndrome. But here's the weird thing. You play online games, right? You play Valorant or Mobile Legends.
Yeah, almost every night.
Do you speak English in the game?
Ideally, yes, but usually it's a simple command like go left, attack, well, or stalking. But that does count as session, right?
True, but it proves you can speak. So why is it different in a classroom or formal setting? Is it the pressure?
Definitely, in a game, nobody care about program. In a game, nobody care about grammar. If I say enemy go there, they understand. But in a classroom, I feel like every word is being graded. I'm scared using the wrong tense, like saying he go instead of he goes.
Let's talk about that fear of grammar. Do you think our education system in Indonesia is partly to blame?
Honestly, yes. Think about it. Where we talk English, it was like a science project. Formulas, tense, memorize verb, the three the to produce perfect sentence.
I remember being terrified of the red pen from my teacher. One mistake in a tenses test and my score dropped.
Exactly. We, the, we were taught to avoid mistake at all costs, but look at how we learned bahasa Indonesia or our local language. As toddler, we said makan or mama. We didn't even know that what subject or object was. Nobody correct our grammar when we were 2 years old. They just encourage us.
So by the time we reached high school, English felt like a scary math problem instead of a tool to make friends. Yeah.
Yes, because we focus on accuracy 100%, and fluency 0%. That's why we have many students who can get a perfect score on TOEFL written test, but can't even order a coffee in English without stuttering.
That's a great point. We focus on accuracy before fluency, which is backward. We should just talk first and fix the grammar later. Now let's relate this to our major, information system. We read a lot of English, like Stack Overflow, GitHub, YouTube tutorials. We understand it all. So why is the output blocked?
I think it's because our input is passive. As a student, we are used to being not talking a 500 word essay or writing comment in my code English perfectly, but my mouth muscle aren't trained.
So it's a physical thing, like going to the gym.
Yes, if you never do leg day, your leg are weak. If you never do speaking day, your tongue is stiff. We consume content, but we never produce it. I can watch a 2 hours podcast in English, understand 90% of it, but I can't speak for 2 minutes.
That is the perfect analogy. We are knowledge giants but speaking babies. There is also a social aspect in Indonesia. You know the term sok English, like showing off. Have you ever experienced that?
Oh, sure. Oh, for sure. If I try to speak English with my friend, they look at my weirdly. They say, "Wih, anak Jakarta nih." Or, "Why? Are you being so formal?" It make me crying. It's like there are social law that say you can only speak English if you are foreign, or if it in, or if it isn't English classes.
It's sad, right? We want to practice, but the environment doesn't support it. So we end up mixing language, like bahasa Indonesia mixed with English terms.
Yeah, the Gado-Gado language. We mix literally wages and basically into our Indonesian sentence. It feels safe, but it's actually a trap because it doesn't train us to build full complex English sentence.
Yeah, so we're stuck in this middle ground where we're not fully practicing the language properly. Speaking of professional setting, we are in semester 2 now. In a few years, we will be job hunting. Most big tech company require English interviews. That scares you?
Terrifies me. Imagine being also imagine being asked, "Tell me about yourself," or "Explain this algorithm" in English. If I said that there, I lose the job. That's why I realize I need to change now.
So what is your strategy? How are you fixing this mute syndrome starting today? You can't just wait for a miracle, right? How are you training your speaking muscle now?
I've started to doing two things. First, self-talk. When I'm alone or coding, I nerd what I'm doing. Like now I'm cheating a new function for the login page. It sounds crazy, but it gets my mouth used to English sounds. Second, I watch movie. Second, I watch movie without subtitle or with English subtitle only.
I do that too. I also try to think in English. Instead of thinking, lapar nih, makan apa ya? I try to think, I'm hungry, what should I eat? It's small, but it helps stop the internal translation process.
Exactly. We have to stop translating from Indonesian to English in our head. We have to just flow with it. Even if the grammar is broken, at least the communication is alive.
Better broken English than no English at all. I love that. Well, Kak Arif, thank you so much for this deep conversation. I think we've reached a lot of conclusion today. I also think many students watching this will relate to our struggle.
Thank you for having me. I feel more motivated to practice now.
Thank you, Kak.
Yeah.
Welcome back, guys. That was a very insightful and honest conversation with Kak Arif. From our discussion, I have analyzed 3 critical points that explain why this speaking struggle is so common among us. First, the input-output imbalance. As students, especially in information system major, we are knowledge giants but speaking babies. We have a massive amount of English input through reading and listening, but zero output. Like a gym analogy we used earlier, we know the theory but we never lift the weights. Second, psychological barriers. Many of us are still haunted by grammar trauma from our school days. We are so afraid of making a mistake or using the wrong tense that we choose to remain silent. We prioritize being perfect over being communicative. Third, social pressure. In our society, there is still a stigma. When we try to practice, we are often judged or mocked as being so English or anak jaksel. This environment makes it hard for us to find a safe space to grow. Now, for my personal response, I personally believe that in this era, fluency is about confidence, not perfection. We need to treat English exactly like we treat a programming language. When we code, we make bugs, we fix them, and we learn. Speaking English should be the same. We shouldn't be ashamed of broken English because a broken voice is still better than no voice at all. To conclude my presentation, I want to send a message to all my fellow students. Don't let the fear of a red pen or a wrong grammar rule silence your potential. Break the border, start speaking, and find your flow. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I'm Julita Heri Anwar, and this was my English final exam project. Have a wonderful day. Bye.